Hey everybody, it's Chris E. It's Wootini at gaygamer.net here with another weekly video podcast. First, I want to say that I continue to be completely obsessed with Disney Magical World. And I love the fact that now that it's been released properly, I can see how many other people are completely obsessed with Disney Magical World. I can tell that I am completely obsessed because normally I play portable games on the go, and when I come home, I play my consoles. But when I come home now, I tend to play Disney Magical World, still. Just because I'm obsessed with it, but also because the farming works in real time, and your watering can waters something for an hour. And there are certain seeds that take an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours to grow. So basically, I'll water it, and then try to remember 45 minutes later to check on it and water it again. Because also, there are some seeds that take an hour, and you water them, but the seed doesn't go as fast as the water. So you end up having to water it again before the hour is up. Just saying that doesn't quite work, but whatever. But also, I've had a chance to check out some of the online part of the game that I couldn't when I reviewed it for gaygamer.net because that didn't exist yet. And now they have, they updated the game so that now you can visit other people's cafes and they can come and visit yours. The thing is, I thought it was cool because you can visit your friends, or you can just visit, like, random people. So, like, occasionally they're like, hey, you have visitors, and I'm like, great! And the balloon lands, and it opens up, and, like, a half a dozen people will get out. And then they start milling about the town. And when you go up to them, all they do is say hi, and, like, that's it. There's no other interaction with them. It's like a pre-programmed hi there. And you can greet them, and they'll give you a trading card. And usually those are, like, different than the trading cards you get from the Disney characters in your town. So you can get some different, maybe rare cards off them. And then if you go into your cafe and you're, like, setting up, the food and whatever, they'll come in and it'll say, hey, Ben has entered your cafe. And I'm like, okay. But you can't interact with them, and you see them sitting at the table eating, and there's nothing you can actually do. It's just sort of, oh, okay, there they are. But at least you can get some trading cards off them. But when you visit someone else's cafe, you basically just visit their cafe, and you see how they've decorated it. You can go upstairs, check out their room, you can see how they've decorated their cafe and what food they have. But that's basically it. You go and talk to them, and you get a like. Well, you give them a like, basically. And, like, that's it. You can collect trading cards and likes, but when you go to visit, you don't actually interact in any way, shape, or form. And you can't even explore their castleton. You're just inside their cafe. When you try to leave their cafe, then you return to your castleton. So, it's, obviously, it's not like with Animal Crossing where you have a whole separate town that would be interesting to explore. Castleton is exactly the same, so I get that. What I would have liked is if there was some way to exchange presents with your friends, because then you could give them that rare item that you know they need to complete a recipe for something, and they could do the same for you. That would be helpful. But there is absolutely no interaction at all, which is sad. But yeah, still obsessed with Disney Magical World. You should check it out. It's a ridiculous amount of fun. The other thing that I wanted to talk about this week is everyone is all excited about the new Dragon Age game coming out, and, I'm not. I don't get it. See, there's certain games that that you just don't get. And, I understand, everybody's all excited for Mario Kart and Super Smash Brothers, and I'm not. Because I've never been into those series, because I don't really like racing games, and I don't really like fighting games. So, those are genres that I'm not a big fan of, so it's not a surprise that I am not excited for these games. And if I do try a Smash Brothers game, I don't like it. like, I remember getting Marvel vs. Capcom 3 because I thought, oh, okay, all my friends are getting this, and I love the Marvel characters, and, you know, the Capcom character stuff. It'll be a fun combination, and I can play Marvel or Capcom people, and I can fight my friends, whatever. No. They were all really, really good at the game. I was terrible. So, it wasn't fun. But Dragon Age is a genre that I like, from a company that I like, and I tried the first Dragon Age, like, finally, it was after the second one came out, and I tried the first Dragon Age. I got it, like, you know, super cheap at GameStop, in the bargain bin, and I tried it, and I'm like, the story is not compelling. The combat is kind of awkward, and I couldn't get into it. And I didn't just play it for, like, an hour and give up. I mean, I remember playing it for, like, a time, like, getting to the first big city, and, like, exploring, and doing some side quest things, and, like, going off and finding that witch and her mom in the swamp or whatever, and there was some kind of, like, giant, there was, like, a war going or something, there was, like, a big tower, and you had to, like, fight your way through the tower, and there was, like, ogres or orcs or something, these big dudes, and, so I played it for, like, enough, I feel, where I'm, like, I got to the point where I was like, you know what, I'm not getting used to this combat, I'm not enjoying it, and the story is not at all compelling, so, no. And it sits on my shelf. And the same thing happened with Persona. Everybody's like, oh, Persona's so good, you have to play the Persona game. And I tried the first Persona back on the PlayStation, way back in the day, because it had gotten such rave reviews, and I went and bought it. And I hated it. I just couldn't get into it, I didn't like it, and I never played it anymore, I never finished it, I was just like, forget it. And that is in a box in the closet, and that's the original PlayStation Persona, which I think I could probably sell for quite a good chunk of change on eBay. I gave it another shot a year or so ago on the PSP, Persona 3 Portable, and because I was told by somebody, oh, this is a really good one, no, play this one, it's really, you know, you can get into it and whatever. And I did get into it, and, you know, I did some dungeon crawling, and I did, you know, the dating sim stuff, the social aspect, and somehow there was this disconnect between the two that I just, you know, and the grinding through the levels, I just was like, and it just never hooked me. And it's weird, because it's, again, like Dragon Age, a genre that I should really love. And I should be into this game, and I don't know why I'm not. And it upsets me, because everybody raves about it, and they're all excited for a new Persona game or whatever, and I'm just like, I wish I could be excited too. And I know in the comments, not that I get comments anymore, really. Nobody really comments on my videos anymore. But I would expect people in the comments to be like, no, try this one, no, you have to play at least to this point of the game, and then it's awesome, and, you know, you'll be talking to a brick wall. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to go and try Persona 4. I don't think I'm going to try Dragon Age 3. Unless you're going to tell me that I should just play Dragon Age 2, because Dragon Age 1 actually did kind of suck, and 2 is where they finally got the combat together. You know, like with Mass Effect. Like, I have a friend, I haven't done it because I just don't have time to go back and replay games, but I have a friend who was replaying Mass Effect, and he was like, oh my god, the first Mass Effect is, like, the combat is just awful. And I'm thinking, I don't remember it being terrible. I do remember them refining it as the series went on, so that by the third game, everything was kind of awesome. I don't remember it being terrible, but maybe the second Dragon Age improved a little bit on it, and is better and more playable, and then the third one will be just fantastic. I don't know. It's just weird, you know, and I'm sure that you all have those games that, like, are the big, popular, critically acclaimed games that all your friends love, and you just can't quite connect with. And I don't know why. Maybe you do? I don't know. But that's it, so, that's enough rambling for me for today, and I will see you back here next week, where hopefully I will have played something other than Disney Magic World. But maybe not. I don't know. I'm a little obsessed. Bye!